In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 of my top tips on how to live with less. I'm so excited about today's video, and the reason is because I am actually doing this as a collaboration with Nadine from Declutter with Nadine. She has an awesome blog and she does a lot of decluttering tips and how to live simply on her website. She's also on Instagram, and today she's going to be doing over on IGTV, Instagram video, she is going to be doing her 5 tips for how to live with less. I'll leave all the links below to Nadine's blog and her IGTV video for her 5 tips on how to live with less. So make sure you go and watch Nadine's video over on Instagram after you've watched this one. And if you're new to my channel or you've come over from Nadine's Instagram or blog website, then welcome. My name is Mel. I do a lot of decluttering and tips to basically help you simplify your life and simplify your home so that you have more time for the things that are important to you. I publish videos each week on this channel, so if you're new, I'd love to have you hit the red subscribe button below and also make sure you click the bell button so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. Alright, so let's jump into my 5 top tips. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I absolutely love decluttering. I regularly go and declutter something in my home. I often do little mini declutters around my home on a regular basis because I do live with a non-minimalist husband and 2 kids, so I like to stay on top of things because I feel a lot more calm if my house is in order and I have less clutter around me. So decluttering clearly helps, but if you don't keep on top of what you're bringing into your home and try and reduce the items that are coming into your home, then the clutter will quickly build up again. So my first tip on how to live with less is remove the temptation to shop. And you can do this in several ways. You can stop going to the shops. I find it good to unsubscribe to any emails. I do belong to a lot of loyalty programs, but I like to unsubscribe to the emails so that I don't keep getting emails from them telling me when their latest sale is on. If you go to a sale, you'll invariably buy something that you didn't really need because you just didn't want to pass up such a good deal or discount. And when it comes to unsubscribing, that also means to unsubscribe from brands and stores on social media, so on Instagram or Facebook, because again, you'll get all of that stuff coming through on when they're having their latest sales. My other tip is to limit what you are looking at on social media. So you may have some friends on Facebook or Instagram that are always posting beautiful tropical or exotic holiday pictures, or pictures of their new car or their new handbag or some beautiful fabulous designer outfit that they've bought. Or for me, it could be someone posting pictures or videos of their latest Kmart hauls. I absolutely love shopping at Kmart and I love the stuff there, so I have to make a really conscious effort not to go there, otherwise I will be constantly buying things and bringing them into my home. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but we tend to actually be really much more content with what we already have and already own when we don't see what everybody else has. You know, I might be perfectly content with the coat that I'm wearing for winter, but then I might see on Instagram that my friend has just bought this beautiful new coat from my favorite shop review, and then suddenly my old coat from 2 years ago suddenly doesn't seem so great, even though I was perfectly happy with it right before I even looked on social media. So to avoid comparing yourself to other people and what they have, simply unsubscribe from their feed or unfollow them. You can do this without offending people. On Facebook and on Instagram, you can actually mute or unfollow people without necessarily defriending them. So you can do it without seeming rude to someone, especially if they're a good friend of yours that you know personally. But I've just found for me personally, it's better for me not to follow certain people or certain accounts. Otherwise then I start to get envious and I start to compare myself and what I have to other people, which is not healthy at all. My third tip is to say no, particularly to freebies. So this could be anything. This could be like a free voucher from someone, you know, promoting something that you walk past on the street and giving you a free voucher to buy something, or 2-for-1 voucher, something like that. You could be going to a conference and they give you a free goodie bag full of pens and notebooks and things that you really don't need. The easiest way to make sure it doesn't clutter up your home is to not accept it in the first place and not to bring it home at all. My fourth tip to help you live with less is that when you do bring something new into your home, sort of as compensation for bringing one item into your home, you choose one item that you are going to take out out of your home. And if you're at the beginning of your decluttering journey or in the middle of it and you still have quite a way to go, then I would recommend doing one in and then choose like 3 to 5 items that go out to compensate for that one item coming into your home. Decide whatever is going to work for you, but be realistic about it and be strict about it. Set these rules in place and make yourself accountable for them. So for example, when it comes to toys, if my kids have a birthday or Christmas is coming up, then I will declutter beforehand because I'm compensating in anticipation of stuff being given to my kids or me buying presents for my kids for their birthdays and Christmas. And the same thing goes if my son has saved up some pocket money or he's sold a toy, then I will let him buy something new as long as he compensates by getting rid of something. So we don't have too much stuff cluttering up the space. For toys, I've allocated a general amount of space for how many toys we have. We live in a small home, so we don't have a lot of storage space, and I just want to make sure that when we're bringing stuff in, that something goes out so that we don't end up with clutter overrunning our home. And my 5th tip is, before you consider buying something else, have a look and see if there's something that you already own which you can use instead of the item that you're going to buy. For instance, when I'm cooking, it often calls for different herbs and spices, and I generally tend to not want to buy fresh herbs because they're expensive and I'm too lazy to grow my own. So instead I'll substitute with a dried herb that I already have. Or if I don't have a certain spice, I'll look in my spice drawer and see what is similar that I can substitute without having to go and buy a new ingredient for just one recipe that I've never tried before. I don't know if I'll like that recipe, and then I might end up with an ingredient that I've only used once and then it'll just go to waste. It'll just sit there and clutter up my pantry and I may not use it again. So I am a big fan of multi-use ingredients and multi-purposing items that you have in your home. Another example is that I found a recipe online for baking mini banana bread loaves so I could put some healthy snacks in my son's lunchbox, and it talked about buying these little mini loaf pan things, and I didn't have them and I didn't want to go out and buy them, so instead I just used muffin pans instead and made little muffins out of the recipe instead of making little mini banana loaves, because I didn't want to go and buy a separate little loaf pan because I've got enough stuff in my kitchen, and they turned out perfectly fine. I hope these 5 tips have helped to get you thinking and give you ideas about how you can start to live with less today. It has been so much fun to do this collaboration with Nadine. I love working with people who love decluttering as much as I do, so please make sure you go over and check out her content over on her Instagram and on her blog. If you have any questions for me, drop it in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!